This is Aaron East with MMA UK, and I'm joined this evening by Josh Hill of Aegis MMA. After time at Bellator and most recently OKTAGON MMA, Josh has added his name to one of the most talked about promotions, Global Fight League, and looks to establish himself on your ever-growing roster. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to speak with me again, Josh. It's been a while, mate.
Yeah, man, no problem. It's been a bit.
Yeah, I think the last time we spoke was just before your OKTAGON debut, when you spoke about wanting to join the roster, I believe.
Okay, it's been a bit. Haven't been as active as I wanted to be, that's for sure, in that time span. But at least we got something on the horizon.
100%. And congratulations on joining Global Fight League's roster. You must be extremely excited for your new journey ahead.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's something new, something different. Yeah, I'm excited to be attached to that, and especially after seeing all the names that they signed, the huge names. Yeah, man, it's cool. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be something that hopefully lasts. Obviously, I hope it does well, but it's gonna be a part of something from the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. They seem to have sprouted out of the woodwork from nowhere and literally taken over social media, taking the internet by storm. Some of the huge names on the roster, including yourself. You got legends of the sport. You got people who you thought long since retired. It's quite crazy.
Yeah, no, it's once I seen, like, I was when they did the draft, I was actually cornering one of my guys and at the fights, and so I kept looking and seeing, and I didn't see my name come up. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get signed here because all the all the big names that they were signing, that they I didn't think they would, to be honest. But once I started seeing, like, the Junior Dos Santos and Verdum and Faber back, and Barrow and Rockhold and Weidman, it's just like, holy Jesus, man! Like, these are the big names. But yeah, it's cool to be a part of that, and involved alongside them. Yeah, it should be fun.
That's crazy. I mean, they've even picked up a couple of fighters from a gym not too far from where I live as well.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. The Which guys are that?
From Great Britain top team, from Brad Pickett's Great Britain top team. You've got Claire Lopez and Emre Somnis as well.
Okay, cool. What team were they on? Team London?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was my original team, but I've since been traded, so now I'm on Team LA.
Yeah. And to kick things off, I mean, could you elaborate on what led to you signing on the dotted line for one of the most talked about stories in MMA, in the MMA world right now?
As far as, like, GFL just signing with them in general.
Yeah, I mean, what led to you signing up with them?
Just I've fought for the commissioner, Darren Owen, a long time ago, and so I've known him for quite a while. He's a good dude, stand up dude. I've always gotten along with him, and he told me a while ago that he was going to be doing this, and then it kind of just took a while, and then eventually he said, this is a go. It's starting in 2025. Would you be interested in it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely interested in it, but at the time, I was signed with OKTAGON still, and OKTAGON's great. It just, they didn't. I wasn't getting any fights. It was just taking forever, and they said they wouldn't have anything for me until April or May. And that was the same time this was starting, and GFL offered me a good paycheck, and I was like, this is a chance to jump on something that's new and different. So yeah, man, OKTAGON was cool enough. They let me, out of my contract, and I signed with GFL.
Yeah, I mean, we've recently jumped from two promotions, like you said. I mean, like one including Bellator. It was unfortunate they just had to close up shop not too long ago as well. I mean, it must be a great relief to have some stability in your fight career.
I've never had stability in my fight career, dude. But yeah, it sucks to see that, man, because, like, I knew right from the get go, PFL, when the rumors are going, they're gonna buy Bellator. I'm like, my manager, like, we talked about it with him. It's just like, I don't think this is gonna be a good thing. You know what I mean? And it was proven right there, just because, and they just talk so much nonsense. That we're going to bring everybody over. Everybody's going to fight now for PFL, and they, through the back door, silently cut a whole bunch of guys, including myself. And you can see it now. There's more and more guys that are releasing. And now there's guys that are asking for their release because they're not giving them fights. So it's unfortunate, man, because Bellator was cool. Bellator was it was a good show. Paid well, had a bunch of great fighters, good roster, and it sucks to see them kind of just be, dissolved now into PFL.
Yeah, I completely agree. Bellator had a special place for me also. I mean, it was a shame. It was a dying shame, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's been quite a buzz around the MMA community, especially after the draft, as you mentioned not too long ago. I mean, where you now reside in Team LA, from a fighter's point of view, what is your opinion on the entire setup that the Global Fight League has in place here?
I think it's cool because it's different, man. And that's what they're going for. They don't want to compete like with the UFC, and nobody's going to catch the UFC now. You know what I mean? It's grown too big, so if you're going to do something that's going to be successful, you got to do something that's going to be different. I think, and that's what they're doing. That whole team concept. I think I know it's an individual sport. When you're fighting, of course, but to add that extra element of being a part of a team, and then the better you do, the better the more points you get, the better your team does, the greater the chance you get more fights and you get paid more. So it just adds that interesting element, and everybody, humans are like primal, right? And they just they're tribal. They like to be a part of something and then cheer for something, or I mean, whether it's hockey team or baseball team, whatever. And I think that could translate into this as well. So yeah, it's different, man, and I like that. I think it's pretty cool. It's an interesting concept. I'm hoping, like I said, hopefully it does well in this inaugural season and takes off and continues on. But like I can always say I was part of the original six. Like it's like back in the NHL when they started.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to be part of something from the start, and it does, as I agree with you, does look like a very, very unique way of looking at the MMA community. 100% the way they fight, the way they draft, everything. I mean,
Yeah,
like as you mentioned before, you was recently involved in the trade. I mean, you moved from Team London to Team LA alongside MMA royalty, so to speak, in Uriah Faber. Exciting times ahead for you. What you guys, given your history, I can imagine.
yeah. I didn't know he was. I think it was kind of last minute for him that he was going to come back and fight. Because he was, he's retired. I knew he was doing some grappling stuff, but yeah, I didn't think he was gonna come back and fight. And then I just saw that he was drafted out of nowhere, and I was just like, I texted him, like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, I hope they don't pair us up together and fight each other, because I plan on going down there and training for my first fight. Um, and so yeah, I was on Team London, which was a great team. I was already they had a group chat going and led by Luke there, and it was awesome. They had a bunch of killers in that team too, and then I got a call from Darren, and he said you're going to be traded, and I was just like, oh, okay. And he goes, probably Dubai, most likely, but not for sure. And I said, well, okay, if it's at all possible, you have to shuffle things around anyway to see if I could be sent to LA, just because pretty much that's the majority of the team is Team Alpha Male guys. The Chad Mendez and Tyler Diamond and Sage and obviously Faber and a few others, and so I was like, send me there. It'd be great because then I, obviously wouldn't have to worry about matching up with Uriah, but also, be a bunch of my training partners anyway. So it worked out in the end, man. So I'm happy. Team LA is looking good too, and I'm pumped to get it started.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And fights are now being announced as I've noticed not too long back, and it's only a matter of time before you get some fight news yourself. I mean, there are some huge potential collisions for yourself, as you just mentioned, like with some of the names, especially at bantamweight. I mean, are
Yeah,
there any names in particular that you're looking forward to, potentially cross paths with?
there's a lot, man. There's a lot of good. Like there's 11 other bantamweights they have, and they're all good. They're all tough fights. There's not one easy one in there. Um, I would love to fight Barao. Would be awesome just because he's a former world champ, but I know Faber wants to get that one back. They have some history there, so I know he wants that one.
Mm.
Um, you know, I they got guys like Jimmy Rivera. He's a big name. He's been around. He's really good. And obviously, I have history with Marlon Moraes. I would love to get one of those back. That's for sure. Um, who else? Ray Borg is another big name, ex title challenger, and Eric Shelton. He fought one of my teammates and beat one of my teammates, so that would be a good one to get back for the team. And so yeah, there's lots of names. Rafael Sunsao, that guy's been around forever. Always been one of the top guys. So there's so many good matchups. That I could see myself being matched up with. I'm going to be fighting a few of them for sure. Anyway, just kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah, I really can't wait for this one to start. I mean, I love my MMA. I love like staying up late to watch UFC. I mean, I watch the PFL on a regular occasion, but to be fair, honestly, I don't think I've been more pumped to watch something begin like right from the start. I mean, you're right there from the start. I mean, it's good to be like on a fan's perspective as well, especially the MMA journalists. Literally, it's like a feeding ground. It's a big frenzy there. It's incredible. Looks absolutely amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
but with the regular season, I mean, almost upon us. I mean, no doubt you're keeping yourself sharp at the gym, like ready for that call.
yeah. So the first event is going to be end of April. Um, it's going to be in LA. I know that. Um, I most likely will not be fighting on that one, just because it's in California. I'm sure they're going to have, the California kid will be on that one, being in the home base. So yeah, I think Uriah is going to be on that one. I think, and then I'll be on the one in May. And I heard that one's going to be in New York. So I don't know this 100% yet, but we should find out within a week. But yeah, either one, I'm raring to go, man. I want to get in there and get it started. From what I've been told, I don't know for sure yet, but they're kind of, I know what their goal is. They're trying to take over for the NFL during their off season and give, like, sports fans, fight fans, something to watch during that time. And they
Yeah.
want to take up Sundays, so they're going to do, I believe, a fight card Sunday during the day, a fight card Sunday during an evening at night, and then Monday at night. So they're going to have three cards within those 2 days, 30 fights total, 10 on each one. And then they do that every month for 6 months for the regular season. So I think that's pretty cool. Very different. It also doesn't compete with any of the other promotions on Fridays and Saturdays.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I think I think it's a smart idea.
Yeah, it's incredible to see how, I mean, all these different promotions, when they come about, they evolve in some sort of way. They evolve the game. That is an absolutely incredible way to look at it. I mean, like morning, afternoon, and nights. It's incredible. I mean, sometimes people can't watch it. I mean, sometimes people can't stay up late. The UFC is
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's given a bit to everybody. Each bit
Yeah,
of fight down there, hundred
especially for
percent.
you guys, because you guys got what, you got to watch it at like 4 in the morning or something, don't you?
Yeah, the main card normally hits about 3 o'clock in the morning. I think the only time we get lucky is when it's in Dubai. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can watch it a bit earlier.
yeah, that's tough. That's rough for sure. I complain when it starts at 10 and the main events, begins at midnight or 1. That sucks, but I can imagine for you
So we've got a rolling joke here. When they said early prelim start, I was like, "What's so early about it?" The early prelim start about 11 p.m. for us.
guys. Brutal.
I mean, right, with a new promotion comes new targets. I mean, and I can imagine you've set a few for yourself as you're going forward. And what are some of your objectives and your goals moving forward on your new journey here?
My objective and goal is to enjoy this last phase of my career, as much as possible, and to make as much money as possible while I can, and just have fun with it, because I know that is coming close to the end. I'm at the end of the game. I'm 38 years old now, so I don't want to be fighting in my 40s. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I want to enjoy this time. And this, like I said, this came about. So I was like, man, this is a great opportunity to do something new and a new season and an inaugural event, and be part of that. And hopefully it blows up into something bigger. But yeah, I just want to enjoy it, man, and have fun. And this last little while, I've been I've been getting like one fight a year, two fights max. I would love the chance to fight, 3 or 4 times this year if possible. Obviously, hopefully barring no injuries. Knock on wood. Hopefully your body holds up. But yeah, I want to be active. Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. I certainly look forward to seeing you out there. I mean, as I said, I've been a follower of yours quite some time. I've watched you at Bellator. I mean, I thought you could have had a further run with Octagon, but it was absolutely amazing to see you have a chance to flourish in a new place. And and I'll certainly be looking forward to witnessing you out there and witnessing your final parts of your journey unfold. I wish you all the best under the new banner, and it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you once again.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, anytime, man. We'll chat again. And see kind of how this whole thing unfolds, and hopefully it's in a positive spot, and we can keep it going.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'll hold you to that. Definitely, 100% worth the wait off. I mean, it's nearly 12:30 here tonight, but it's actually worth it to stay up and chat with you guys.
Damn, man, you gotta get to bed, bro.
Soon enough, soon enough. But before you go, last but not least, do you have a message for the new fan base that you're about to encounter, and anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Not really like shout outs. It's the regular people as always, but I'm pumped to get this going, get this started. I want to have fun with this. And when you have fun with something, you tend to do much better. You're just much more loose and putting on good shows, and that's what I want to do. So there's a lot of bantamweights in this league that will make for very very good matchups, and I just want to leave it all out there, leave it in the cage, and no regrets, man.
Yeah, it's a great message. Again, Josh, absolute pleasure speaking with you, my friend. You take care.
Thanks, man. You too.
Anytime. Bye bye.